Hey team, it's Dr. George here, and today I want to talk about a topic that is pretty tricky to navigate at times, but it's important that we are absolutely clear and open with each other about that, and that is about monogamy. There are many couples who choose to be monogamous, to be exclusive with each other, and with that comes some benefits, I suppose, in that if you have both had your STI screening and that's been done twice, separated by say 3 months, you can both feel confident that you are able to have sex with each other without any risk of transmission of diseases between each other. Now that works as long as both partners are in agreement with that. However, there are cases, and unfortunately more than we probably care to admit to, where monogamy isn't used as a way of loving expression between each other. Rather, monogamy is used as a form of manipulation and control, where one person is so afraid that they may lose their partner that they enforce monogamy into the relationship. This can cause all sorts of frictions, and occasionally it can lead to anger, and this anger can be displaced in ways such as having sex outside of the agreement. This can lead to the transmission of infections within the unit. If one person is having sex outside of the unit and the other person isn't aware, then there can definitely be big problems. And I have seen this many times, and only just recently I've seen a monogamous couple that one of the partners wasn't monogamous, the other partner didn't know, and there was a transmission of a significant STI. So, how can we make it easier, better? Absolutely, the number one thing is you have to be able to communicate, and you have to be mature enough to be able to communicate when things go wrong. You absolutely have to be able to sit down with your partner and say, I fucked up. I had sex outside of the relationship. We're going to need to go back to our previous ways of protecting ourselves from infections, whether that be condoms, whether that be medical means. But you got to be able to have that conversation. When you don't have that conversation, it can lead to significant problems. I urge you, if you're in a monogamous relationship, talk with your partner and say, look, I'm not saying this because my intention is to treat, but I am human, and sometimes humans make mistakes. How can we communicate in a way that's not going to lead to violence or not going to lead to significant distress when things have changed? It's not going to be easy, but we need to be able to have this conversation. If you can't have that conversation, or if you're concerned, as I say to all of my patients, love many, hate few, always paddle your own damn canoe. What I would say is that you just need to continue on protecting yourself in a way that you know, and that might be using PrEP, that might be using doxypep after sex, keeping in mind that STIs can still slip through with doxypep, but it's tricky, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it when I have a patient in distress in front of me with a new infection and they don't understand how they got it because their partner had promised them that they were only having sex with them. And unfortunately, gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis, they don't just fall out of the sky. They're transmitted sexually, and that would have been the route that this patient became infected. Not an easy topic, and please don't blow up the comments with nasty he said, she said stuff, but let's work together on how we can support other people, support our partners, support our loved ones in being able to have what is really a beautiful thing of a relationship where you're in love with each other and devoted to each other and exclusive to each other. But also acknowledge the fact that that's not a realistic option for many people. I myself, I take my PrEP, I take doxypep, and I get a regular screening. And I am able to sit down with my partners and say, look, I've been infected with whatever. We've had sex since that time, so I'm sorry I may have transmitted it to you. Please, let's all go get tested together and let's all go get treated together. That's not an easy thing to do, but open honesty is always going to be the best solution. Stay safe, team.